Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, dear secondary 6 students. um, in this video, I will try to explain about the topic that we have to learn in this semester. So this is the last topic in the new semester in elective chemistry, namely electrochemistry. Nah, I believe that all of you, both in elective 3 and also elective 4 classes, have been discussed about this topic by a case study that I have shared and also give to you in the last meeting, and you have maybe learn a little bit about this topic, especially in voltaic cell. But to make sure and avoid the misconception of your understanding of your concept understanding, I would like to clarify and also explain about this topic. Alright, so let's start our lesson. Okay, we will start with the definition of electrochemistry. What is electrochemistry actually? So, electrochemistry is a study of chemistry that examines the relationship between chemical reactions and electric currents within cells. So, there are two keywords that you have to remember about electrochemistry. Nah, it's about chemical reactions and also electric currents. So there are two terms that are related with the electrochemistry. Nah, so the electrochemistry is a study, is a study, but the product that we will learn also is about electrochemical cell. So the product is called by electrochemical cells, but the study is called as electrochemistry. Okay, so electrochemistry and electrochemical cells are different terms. Nah, what is electrochemical cells? So in general, the parts of electrochemical cells consist of two electrodes and two electrolyte solutions to conduct the electricity. Nah, there are two electrodes. Nah, so in chemistry, the electrodes is known as the first is anode and the second one is cathode. What is anode? Nah, anode in electrochemical cell is an electrode that occurs oxidation reaction, or in this case, oxidation reaction is releasing electrons. Second one is cathode. Cathode is an electrode that occurs reduction reaction. Now, which is reduction reaction is reaction of accepting electrons. So the electrodes will occur the opposite reaction. Nah, okay, and then beside the electrodes there is also electrolyte solutions. The function is to conduct the electricity. So this is the electrochemical cells in general. Now, there are two types of electrochemical cells. Now, the first type is about voltaic cells that you have to learn by the case study that I have given in the last meeting, in the previous meeting, and the second one is electrolysis cells. Okay, so in this moment, I will focus to explain about voltaic cells first. then continue with electrolysis ya. Nah, in daily life ya, voltaic cells, for examples, the first one is battery. So in daily life we can see ya, you can find the voltaic cells. It's about the battery, yeah. So the example of voltaic cells is battery. Nah, battery is divided again into two types, namely primary battery. The primary battery, which is the battery that we usually use, yeah, to in flashlight, yeah, for example, or to using in remote, yeah, and etc. And the second one is secondary battery. Nah, the secondary battery is common, yeah, is also known as recharge battery. Nah, recharge battery, for example, the laptop charger and also handphone charger that we usually use, yeah, in daily life. And the third is fuel cells. Okay. The next is electrolysis cells. Nah, the electrolysis cells, yeah, in daily life we can find in two techniques. Yeah, there are two techniques as the example of electrolysis cells. Now, the first one is electroplating, and the second one is electrocoagulation. Now, maybe these two techniques are new, yeah, for you, because electroplating is usually to coating metals with the other metals. So in Indonesia, yeah, we can say it as penyepuhan logam. Nah, so we can coat a metal with the other metals, and the aims is usually to add aesthetic values or to prevent a corrosion, something like that. And the second one is electrocoagulation. So electrocoagulation is a technique to give some treatment in wastewater. So the wastewater will become clear, and also purified. So these are the two types of electrochemical cells. Actually, the voltaic cells and also the electrolysis cells has two concepts that are opposite. So they have the opposite characteristic. But remember, it still relate with the two keywords that you have to know about electrochemical cells, namely chemical reactions, and also the second one is electric current, or electric energy. So I will discuss about the voltaic cells first. Voltaic cells in Indonesia we can say as cell volta. So what is actually the voltaic cells? So the voltaic cells, we can say the voltaic cell is same with the galvanic cells. So the definition is an electrochemical cell which can convert the chemical energy or chemical reactions into electric current, or electric energy. So this is the keyword, So in voltaic cell, voltaic cell can convert chemical reaction into electric current, or electric energy. And what types of chemical reaction that occurs in voltaic cells? The reaction is redox, redox reaction. Now we have learned about redox reaction in the previous semester. So actually this topic about electrochemistry electrochemistry is a continuation of redox reaction topic. So voltaic cell and also electrolysis cells are the advanced application of redox reaction. Now let's continue and then what happened in the voltaic cells. Now about the reaction the reaction that occurs in a voltaic cell is a spontaneous reaction. Now why we can call the voltaic cell as a spontaneous reaction because it can generate an electric current directly without any help of special or adding additional equipments. So it can generate an electric current or electric energy without any additional equipments. Now in chemistry the spontaneous reactions are characterized by a positive potential cells. Now potential cells is symbolized as E0 cell. Nah, because it always positive Nah, positive potential cells means that the value is always above 0. So when the potential cells is always above 0 or in a positive value, so it can be called as spontaneous reaction. So this is the characteristic of spontaneous reaction. Okay, what is potential cells? Now, potential cells is the potential reduction difference between two electrodes in an electrochemical cell. You can say like that. Now, maybe you still confused what is potential reduction and also what is potential cell. But I will explain further in the next slide but before that I will show you the illustration or the voltaic cell diagram. Alright. Okay, so this is the voltaic cell illustration example. So look at this picture. So this is the diagram of voltaic cell. Now in this picture the voltaic cell is consists of two electrodes namely anode and also cathode. Remember that in voltaic cells anode is a negative electrode and cathode is a positive electrode. Always remember that in voltaic cells is like this. Now in these two electrodes is put in the different chambers. So there are two chambers in voltaic cells. Now so the position of anode and also cathode are in different chambers. Now so in each chambers it contains of electrolyte solution. Now and the electrolyte solution is also different between two chambers. Now for example in anode so in this picture the anode is zinc. Now zinc is put in the chamber that contains of zinc sulfate electrolyte solution. So the electrolyte is contains of a metal that used as an anode. So there is zinc, so the electrolyte must be contained of zinc also. Now it's same with the cathode. The cathode in this picture is copper. So the copper is put in a chamber that contains of electrolytes, namely copper sulfate, copper 2 sulfate. So the copper, the electrolyte solution is copper 2 sulfate, which is contain of copper, so this is the arrangement and also the diagram of voltaic cell. Because of these two electrodes are placed in the different chambers, so it's necessary to put some connector. The connector is called by salt bridge. Salt bridge contains of a salt, which is contents of anion and also cation. Anion is negative ion and cation is positive ion. So what is the function of salt bridge? So the salt bridge, the function of salt bridge is to connect, the connect between two chambers, or two electrodes. Because this is an electric circuit, so the electric circuit and also the concentration of solution must be balanced. To make it balanced, there must be a salt bridge in here. So the function of salt bridge is to balancing the electric circuit and also the concentration of each electrolytes, in anode and also in the cathode. Simple as that for the explanation about voltaic cells and also the function of salt bridge. After that, what happened in this cell? So in voltaic cell, especially in anode, in anode there will be an oxidation reaction, which means oxidation reaction is a releasing electrons reaction. So there is a Zn2 plus, starting from the anode, so the reaction is zinc will produce an Zn2 plus ion and also 2 electrons, because it releasing electrons. Zn is coming from the anode, and then when the anode is put in the electrolyte solution, it will be ionized into Zn2 plus, and also produce 2 electrons. The electrons is act as electric current. So the electrons act as electric current, which flow, because it releasing electrons. So in anode, there are some electrons flow from anode to cathode. So the arrow is like this. So the electric current will move from the anode to cathode, and then occurring the spontaneous reaction. And then what happened? What reaction that happened in cathode? Is the opposite of oxidation reaction, namely reduction reaction. Reduction reaction in this case is a reaction that occurs the accepting electrons, so the ion of Cu2 plus, the copper ions, is produced from electrolyte solution, and then accepting electrons from the anode So it will react and produce copper. Yeah, copper in this cathode. So this is the reaction that occurs in anode and also cathode, especially in voltaic cell. Now, for additional information, you have to know that the metals that we can use in voltaic cells can be determined randomly. So there are some rules that you have to know to determine the metals. So the terms are like this, yeah. Metals with a lower potential cell act as anodes where oxidation reaction occur, and metals with a higher potential cells act as cathodes where reduction reactions occur. So we can conclude that Zn, or zinc, has a lower potential cell than the copper. Something like that. Alright, maybe you are asking, about this value, where we can find the potential reduction or potential cells of some metals. So there are some data, which represent the standard value of this potential reduction or potential cells. So this is the standard reduction potential or E0 value data. So there are provided the data of some reaction and also the potential standard, standard potential value. So don't worry, you don't have to memorize it, and it will be provided in the questions when you facing the school examination. So don't worry, and you don't have to memorize this data, because it will be provided. But you have to remember how to determine the potential cell. Because there are some questions that will be asked in the school examination. It usually asking about how to determine or calculate the potential cell in the voltaic cell. So this is the formula that you have to know and you have to remember. To get the potential cell, it equals with standard reduction potential in cathode subtract or minus with standard reduction potential in anode. So special in voltaic cell, the reaction that occurs in voltaic cell is a spontaneous reaction. So the potential cells in voltaic cell is always positive or always above 0. So if you calculate the potential cell, it must be positive. It must be equals to positive value or above 0. I think that's all for standard reduction potential. Okay, so this is the last explanation about voltaic cell. Alright, so in the questions related with the voltaic cells, there is also a cell notation. So in the examination, you are also usually asked to determine the cell notation. What is cell notation? So cell notation is used to simplify and also symbolize the voltaic cell diagram. Nah, you have learned about how is the voltaic cell illustration and also diagrams, and you have to simplify it into a notation, in a cell notation. So how to make a cell notation in voltaic cells? Nah, so I will describe, So this is the voltaic cell diagram, and I have resum into this, into this notation. So this is the notation, Nah, the notation is starting from anode, because in the left side there is an anode, an anode. So we have to put, or write the anode, the name of anode, and then please separate it with a line. Now, after a line, you can write the ion that produced in anode. Now, for example, in anode, the ion is produced in anode is Zn2 plus, or zinc 2 plus. Now, so you can write zinc 2 plus like this. Sorry. Nah. Okay, I will try to write the notation. So starting from anode, so the anode is starting from zinc, and then separate with a line. Continue with the ion that produced in anode, which is zinc 2 plus. And after that, please separate again with two lines. So the two lines is represent as salt bridge, So this one is a salt bridge. You just write two lines in here, and then continue with the ion that produced in cathode. The ion that produced in cathode is Cu2 plus, or copper 2 plus. Like this, and then separate again with a line, and the last is cathode. Please write the cathode. The cathode is copper, or Cu. So this is the cell notation in this diagram. I think that's all, for the materials, and you can continue to learn, and I will show you some of sample example, some of sample questions that will appear in school examination. Okay, thank you so much, and see you in the next video.